I just asked for the Lions for training East at Columbia Bible College.
And there's a lot of people praying that they're going to make the football team.
Praying that they're going to do a good
Wally,
job,
don't cut me, please. The two-a-days started yesterday, and camp continues today right through until the week. So, we'll start with the Lions.
All right.
Good afternoon, everybody. 6 months have passed since the Lions were taken down a few notches by the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Yes, those dreaded Riders in the Western Final. Riders humiliated the Leos at BC Place to win the West, and of course, eventually they went on to win the Grey Cup. BC, though, wasted a record-breaking regular season last year that had them winning 14 games. Yesterday, the Lions reported to training camp in Abbotsford for day one of training camp, and that loss still very much in their mind. One of the key players from the defensive line, second-year player Cameron Wake. Geez, we all know how fast, strong he is. Likes to demolish quarterbacks. He was the overwhelming choice for Rookie of the Year in 2007. He led the CFL with 16 sacks. You may recall we did a story a couple weeks ago, the fact that Wake said he may have wanted out of his contract to pursue NFL interests. He says that was not the case, not the story. He's happy to be here in BC.
Obviously, I'm here. I'm happy to be here. I've been excited, been waiting 6 months for this day. And obviously, there's rumors I'm here. And I was surprised when I found out at home. But it's just, just talk. I'm here, and I'm excited to play.
Did you look at NFL teams this summer? Were people talking to you?
Once again, just rumors. I was never contacted by any NFL team. I had no intention of leaving. It's always been a plan of mine in the offseason to get better and get stronger, to come here and try to outdo my season past year. And like I said, I'm here, and I'm excited to play.
You might remember, before we get to our next item, remember last summer, Cameron Wake in the Lions locker room, they taped, I think it was a $20 bill to the ceiling, and he jumped from the floor all the way up to the ceiling.
And got the bill?
He's the guy who did that.
Imagine what he'd do for $100 then.
I don't know.
We don't pay our BC Lions enough.
Tell you what, you get that $100, we'll take you out to the Lions facility, we'll tape that to the roof.
Yeah,
and I guarantee he'll jump for it. All right? Now, this summer's Olympic Games in Beijing will be Even Pellerud's swan song to our women's national team. Pellerud surprising the soccer community this morning by announcing his retirement. He's been at the helm for almost a decade. He turned down a lucrative offer to be Norway's head coach about 2 years ago. He says he is not stepping down because there's a similar offer out there. He just says he wants a break.
9 years together with the same players and same team is a very long time. And I think from the players' perspective, they need a new face, they need a new voice, they need a new name, they need a new angle. Even if that coach, a new coach, will do the same things as I do, I think after 9 years they need a new voice in there. If it had been a dramatic, surprising decision, it's not a good time to do it. But because it is expected, it's the right thing to do, because there will be no upset, there will be no surprises. It would be worse to have an Olympic game and you do well or you not do well, and you have speculations about why. The CSA executive board wants to keep this program going, and I'm sure and I hope they will hire a coach that is able to work hard for it.
Won't find a more dedicated man than Evan. As you saw earlier in the show, the funeral for Luc Bourdon was held this morning. It was moving. It was extremely emotional. At 21 years of age, he was a hero to everyone in his hometown of Shippagan, New Brunswick. His casket was draped with his blue Canucks jersey. The entire Bourdon family has been overwhelmed by the outpouring of support from hockey fans across Canada, especially here in the Lower Mainland and BC with Canuck fans. Numerous have donated to Canuck Place. His family, though, is also saying in lieu of flowers, donations can be made to the IWK Health Foundation. There's the address. P.O. Box 9700, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3K6R8. And there's a couple of toll-free numbers there as well, 1-800-595-2266. A week from today sees the return of the Canadian Golf Tour to BC. Hopefully we'll have summer weather by then. Uplands Golf Course in Victoria will host the Times Colonist Open. Today out at Swanisset, though, 54 golfers trying to earn their playing privileges for the rest of the year as conditional tour cards are up for grabs. Of course, guys like Mike Weir, Chris DeMarco, and Tim Herron have used the Canadian Tour as a springboard to the PGA Tour. Q School, of course, 5 rounds of nail-biting, knee-knocking, some solid golfers out there to watch. Of the 54 who have teed it up there this morning, 21 are Canadian. There's no admission charge. Goes from today right through till Friday. If you want more information, www.cantour.com or www.WGC, which is the West Coast Golf Group.ca. Speaking of golf, final round of the Memorial. This is Jack's tournament from Muirfield Village. It's hosted by Jack Nicklaus. Mike Weir was in the final pairing. He was 3 shots off the lead when the day began. Birdie on 4, tied him for the lead at -7. Aussie Matthew Goggin had led since Thursday. Bogeys the 6th. Never really contended. Finished tied for second. A lot of pressure when it comes down to that final round. Meanwhile, Englishman Justin Rose from the bunker on 7, and this is an eagle. Yeah, very nice at -8. 47-year-old Kenny Perry was also in the mix. This is Perry on 9, wearing the traditional visor. It's in. Ties him for the lead. Mike Weir had a share of the lead yesterday. We're going to see him in a couple weeks' time up at Vernon, your hometown. He's at Predator Ridge for the Skins game. Yep. Chips in for birdie, tied him for the lead, but he bogeyed his next 2 holes and never really recovered from that. Kenny Perry had everything going in his bag yesterday. Clutch putt for par on 12. When you're making putts like that, you know it's your day. Mike Weir, one last chance to maybe tie. Birdie on 17, but it doesn't fall. Kenny Perry is your winner, wins the Memorial for the 3rd time. The French Open from this morning, 4th round. Roland Garros, Maria Sharapova, number 1 seed, taking on fellow Russian Dinara Safina. Sharapova took the first set 7-6. She actually held match point, but could not get it done. She loses the second set 7-6, falls in the third 6-2, so Maria Sharapova is out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a huge upset. Men's number 1, Roger Federer, had his work cut out for him. Federer in tough against Julian Benneteau. Benneteau did not win a set in this match, but he pushed Federer hard in all 3. But the world's number 1 is off to the clash of 8 at the French Open. Wins it 6-4, 7-5, 7-5. There'll be more enthusiasm when you watch him win. NASCAR Sprint Cup from the Monster Mile at Dover. Dale Jr., Kyle Busch among the favorites to win. Jr. didn't get off to a good start. Lap 18, Elliott Sadler gets clipped. Sadler starts the massive chain reaction pile-up. Tony Stewart plows into Sadler. Then Denny Hamlin, Scott Riggs, Casey Kane, Jr., all suffering large damage. Earnhardt did get back into the race. Look at the onboard camera. It just amazes me. You got to remember, these guys are doing like 180 miles an hour when all this goes on. It's not the P&E. And you can't go again. Kyle Busch eventually takes the checkered flag. You know, I love it when these guys win, too. You know, they always smoke the tires, do a little bit of donuts, you know, kind of stuff that you like to do as a teenager in the old parking lot at the mall up in Prince George, Pine Center Mall. Not that I did it or anything in Mom's T-Bird, but, yeah, they like to smoke the tires.
What'd you do in the winter in the ice with your mom's T-Bird?
We love to have fun in the car.
Oh, dear.
I'm busted now.
You
She
are
always watches
totally
your show.
busted. All right, I'm calling your mom just in case. We'll be right
She's
back.
watching.